Can you tell? Students, see outside the window of your house which objects are moving, which are still, which objects are moving on their own, and which objects are not moving on their own, and why. We feel the wind but cannot see it. When certain objects in our surroundings move, we experience wind. The movement of air is called wind. Do you know why does air move? Let's see in this lesson the reason behind it. Try these. Students, perform this activity with your friend. Fold a paper into two same sized rolls. Keep both the paper rolls on one side of a table. You and your friend should select one roll each. Without touching the roll of the paper or the table, what can be done to move the paper rolls to the other end of the table? To move the paper rolls to the other end of the table without touching, a person can blow the air from his mouth towards the roll of the paper, or use a newspaper, a book, or a hand fan, or tilt the table towards the other end. See who moves the paper roll first to the other end of the table. The object which blows the air with maximum force moves the paper roll first to the other end of the table. What could be the reason of the delay in making the rolls reach to the other end of the table? There will be a delay in making the rolls reach the other end of the table if the air is blown with lesser force. What can we do to move the rolls to the other end of the table with a greater speed? We mostly use the technique or object which will blow air with maximum force to move the rolls to the other end of the table with a greater speed. Can a bottle filled with water be moved to the other end of the table in this manner? Can we use the same method that you tried for moving paper rolls? A bottle filled with water cannot be moved to the other end of the table in this manner. We cannot use the same methods that we tried for moving paper rolls. To move a bottle, we can tilt the table, which was an option. Geographical explanation. We have learned that the air pressure is not uniform across the Earth's surface. Air moves from high pressure areas towards low pressure areas in a horizontal manner. Winds are generated due to this movement. The extent of the difference in the air pressure affects the velocity of the wind. If there is a less difference in the pressure, winds blow with less velocity. Winds blow with greater velocities if the pressure difference is greater. Wind speed also varies. Wind velocity is measured in the units of knots or kilometers per hour. Give it a try. Write the changed direction of the wind in the table below. Here the pressure belt is mid latitudes. Let's see in northern hemisphere. The first one is easterlies, blow from northeast to southwest, and westerlies, blow from southwest to northeast. In southern hemisphere, easterlies blow from southeast to northwest, and westerlies blow from northwest to southeast. Second pressure belt is poles. Here in northern hemisphere, polar winds blow from northeast to southwest, and in southern hemisphere, polar winds blow from southeast to northwest. When we consider the earth as a whole, we find the direction of the winds is influenced by the rotation of the earth. In the northern hemisphere, winds get deflected towards the right of their original direction, whereas in the southern hemisphere, they get deflected towards the left of their original direction. See figure 5.2. This direction has been shown by curved arrows in the figure. The rotation from west to east causes this change in the original direction of the winds. Can you tell which are the winds in northern hemisphere that blow from the mid-latitudinal high pressure belt to the equatorial low pressure belt? Easterlies blow from mid-latitudinal high pressure belt to equatorial low pressure belt in the northern hemisphere. What is the direction of the westerlies in the southern hemisphere? Westerlies blow from northwest to southeast in the southern hemisphere. Which planetary winds blow from the mid-latitudinal high pressure belts to subpolar low pressure belts in the northern hemisphere? The westerlies blow from mid-latitudinal high pressure belts to subpolar low pressure belts in the northern hemisphere. Why is the direction of polar winds not the same in both the hemispheres? The rotation of the earth causes the change in the direction of winds in both the hemisphere. So, polar winds blow from northeast to southwest in the northern hemisphere and from southeast to northwest in southern hemisphere. Name the winds that blow in the southern hemisphere. Easterlies, westerlies and polar winds blow in the southern hemisphere. In which direction do the easterlies blow in the northern and southern hemisphere? Easterlies blow from northeast to southwest in northern hemisphere and from southeast to northwest in southern hemisphere. Winds are known by the direction from which they blow. For example, westerlies are winds that blow from the west. The direction of blowing, the duration, the regions covered, and the conditions of the air determine the following wind types. Planetary winds. Some winds blow regularly on the earth from high to low pressure belts throughout the year. These winds cover a large portion of the earth. Hence, these are called planetary winds. For example, the easterlies and the westerlies and the polar winds are the planetary winds. In both the hemispheres, the winds blow from the high pressure area between 25° and 35° parallels to the equatorial low pressure belt. Due to the rotation of the earth, their original direction changes. In the northern hemisphere, they blow from the northeast to the southwest, whereas in the southern hemisphere, they blow from southeast to the northwest. These winds coming from both the sides converge near the equatorial calm belt. These winds are known as the easterlies. In both the hemispheres, winds blow from the mid-latitudinal high pressure belt to the subpolar low pressure belt situated near 60° parallel. Their original direction changes due to the rotation of the earth. In the southern hemisphere, these winds blow from the northwest to the southeast, and in northern hemisphere, they blow from southwest to the northeast. These winds are called westerlies. In both the hemispheres, winds blowing from the polar high pressure belt to the subpolar low pressure belt, that is 55° to 65°, are called polar winds. Generally, they blow from east to west. Do you know? Winds in the southern hemisphere blow with great velocities. The southern hemisphere is mostly occupied by oceans. In this hemisphere, the obstacle caused by the relief of the land surface is almost absent. As there is no obstacle, winds blow with greater velocities in the southern hemisphere as compared to the northern hemisphere. Their characteristics are as follows. Beyond 40 degrees south, winds blow with tremendous velocities. These winds are called roaring forties. Around 50 degrees south, winds are stormy. Hence, they are called furious fifties. The stormy winds around 60 degrees south make tremendous noise and hence they are called screeching sixties. Why are such winds are not found in the northern hemisphere at 40 degree, 50 degree and 60 degree parallels? Local winds. The winds that blow for a short duration of time originate in specific regions and blow over a limited area are called local winds. Local winds affect the climate of the region where they blow. These winds are known by different local names in the different regions where they blow. Try these. Students, in this activity, you have to consider the elevation of land, the heating and cooling properties of land and water, the air pressure, etc. Observe the picture. Describe the valley breeze with the help of the picture. Valleys are cooler compared to mountain tops during the day. Mountains are comparatively warmer. Air pressure is greater in the valley. Winds blow from valley to the mountain tops. Hot and light air from the mountains descend downwards and cool air from valleys ascend upwards. Valley breeze are set after the sun rises. Read the following information carefully and draw a diagram for the mountain breeze accordingly. Characteristics of the mountain breeze. Mountains cool down quickly at night. The valley zone is comparatively warmer. Air pressure is greater on the mountains. Winds blow from the mountain towards the valley. The hot and light air from the valley is pushed upwards and the cool air rushes down into the valley. Mountain winds set in after sunset. Do you know the region up to 5 degree north and 5 degree south of the equator remains calm for most of the year and winds do not blow in this region. It is called the equatorial calm zone or doldrums. In the area near the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, that is between 25 degree and 35 degree north and south, there exists a high pressure belt. This is also a calm belt. This belt is known as horse latitudes. Can you tell? Observe the diagrams given below. Answer the questions related to sea and land breezes. Why do the breezes blow from the sea to the land during the day? During the day, as land gets heated up faster than water, an area of low pressure is created on land, whereas there is a region of comparatively higher pressure on the sea. As a result, the breezes blow from the sea to the land during the day. When do the winds blow from the land to the sea? The winds blow from land to the sea during the night. Describe the winds shown in figure 5.5a. It is sea breeze. Compare figure 5.5a and 5.5b with reference to temperature conditions, air pressure and winds. In figure 5.5a, the temperature is higher on land and the pressure is low, so winds blow from sea to land. In figure 5.5b, the temperature is low on the land and the pressure is high. Winds blow from land to sea. Which winds are called sea breezes and which are called land breezes? Why? Winds in figure 5.5a are sea breeze because they blow from the sea, and 5.5b are land breeze because they blow from the land. In which part of India are land and the sea breezes experienced? In India, it is experienced near the coastal areas. Do you experience sea and land breezes in your area? Students, for this question, your answer may vary. Geographical explanation. The land is made up of dense matter. Land is stable and opaque. As a result, heat is transferred at a greater speed and in a higher proportion. Hence, land gets heated quickly. The density of water is comparatively less. Water is transparent and unstable. Hence, water does not get heated quickly. As a result, the air pressure in land and water areas is different. In the coastal areas, land gets heated during daytime. Hence, the air on the land gets heated and the air pressure on land decreases. The sea water gets heated slowly. Hence, the air is less heated and the air pressure remains high. Winds blowing from the sea towards the land are called sea breezes. At night, land cools down faster as compared to the sea and therefore has higher air pressure. Hence, the land breeze blows from land towards the sea. Besides these, winds blow under particular conditions in different areas. These are also called local winds. For example, Phon, Chinook, Bora, Lu, etc. Do you know major local winds in the world? Name of the wind is Lu. Nature of this wind is hot and dry. Characteristics and areas of influence: blows in the North Indian plains during the summer season, generally in the afternoons. They come from the hot Thar deserts. Second wind is Simum. Nature of the wind is hot, dry and destructive. Characteristics and areas of influence is these blow with tremendous velocities from the Sahara and Arabian deserts. As these winds are quite strong, they are destructive. Third wind is Chinook. It is also called snow eater. Nature of this wind is warm and dry. Characteristics and areas of influence is these blow down the eastern slopes of Rocky Mountains of North America. They cause the snow to melt and increase the temperature in the valleys. Fourth wind is Mistral. The nature of this wind is cold and dry. Characteristics and areas of influence is these blow in Spain, France and areas around the Mediterranean Sea. They originate from the Alps. These cold winds reduce the temperature in the coastal areas. Fifth wind is Bora. Nature of this wind is cold and dry. Characteristics and areas of influence is these blow from the Alps mountain towards the coastal areas of Italy. Sixth wind is Pampero. Nature of the wind is cold and dry. Characteristics and areas of influence is this blows around the Pampas grasslands in South America. Seventh wind is Fohn. Nature of the wind is hot and dry. Characteristics and areas of influence is this blow along the northern slopes of the Alps. Seasonal winds. Monsoon winds are generated due to the uneven heating of land and water in different seasons. During summers, monsoons blow from the sea to the land, and in winter they blow from the land to the sea. Southeast Asia, East Africa, North Australia are the regions where pronounced effects of these winds are felt. See figure 5.6. The influence of monsoon winds is seen in the summer and winter seasons in the Indian subcontinent. Due to these winds, the Indian subcontinent experiences monsoon, that is rainy season, and retreating monsoon apart from summer and winter. Monsoon winds are in fact sea and land breezes blowing on large scale. Most of the precipitation in the Indian subcontinent is the effect of monsoon winds. After crossing the equator, they blow from the southwest towards the Indian subcontinent during the period from June to September. They are called the southwest monsoons. They are full of moisture. From September to December, because of the low pressure area developing near the equator, winds blow from the Indian subcontinent towards the equator. These are called the northeast monsoon winds. They are dry winds. Cyclones. Cyclonic conditions are created when a low pressure area is surrounded by high pressure areas. In these conditions, winds start blowing towards the low pressure area from the surrounding high pressure areas. See figure 5.7. Due to the rotation of the earth, the cyclonic winds in the northern hemisphere move in an anti-clockwise direction, whereas they move in a clockwise direction in the southern hemisphere. During a cyclone, the sky is cloudy, winds blow with a very high velocity, and it rains heavily. The area affected by the cyclones is limited. The duration, velocities, direction, and place of origin of these winds is unpredictable. See the image of a cyclone obtained by the satellite in figure 5.8. On weather maps, the center of a cyclone is represented by the letter capital L. A cyclone system moves from one place to another. Cyclonic storms. Cyclones occurring in the western part of the Pacific Ocean along the coasts of Japan, China, Philippines, etc. are known as typhoons. These storms arise in the months between June and October. Due to high velocity winds and heavy rains, this proved to be destructive. The cyclones in the Caribbean Sea are known as hurricanes. These are also destructive in nature. During these storms, the minimum velocity of the wind is 60 km per hour. Cyclones also originate in the temperate zone, but they are not so powerful and hence are not destructive. Anticyclones. Under specific atmospheric conditions, the air pressure in a particular region increases and the air pressure in the surrounding areas remain low. In this situation, winds blow from the center towards the surrounding areas in a circular manner. In the northern hemisphere, these winds blow in a clockwise direction, whereas in the southern hemisphere, they blow in an anti-clockwise direction. During anticyclones, the skies are clear, winds blow with lesser velocities, and the weather is pleasant. Anticyclones generally last for a few days or a week. Such anticyclones originate in temperate zones. On weather maps, the center of an anticyclone is represented by the letter H. Anticyclones are vividly experienced in high pressure belts. Winds in these regions are always moving out, and hence the rainfall in such areas is quite low. Do you know? Naming the cyclones. Cyclones occurring in different parts of the world are assigned different names. A list of names is prepared for each of the oceans or its part. Names in the list are suggested by the countries in the region of that ocean. If the wind speed in the storm exceeds 33 knots, that is 60 km per hour, the cyclone is assigned a name. Names make it easier for us to remember a particular storm. Quick revision of winds. Types of winds. Students, in this lesson we have seen three types of winds: planetary winds, seasonal winds, and local winds. Planetary winds are of three types: easterlies, westerlies, and polar winds. Seasonal winds, there are of two types: southwest monsoon winds and northeast monsoon winds. Local winds, there are four types: mountain winds, valley winds, land breeze, and sea breeze.